Joining me now is Dinesh D'Souza, conservative commentator, filmmaker. His latest movie, Infidel, #1 last weekend. Dinesh, this fight is good for many reasons, but chief among them is the fact that it clarifies that Biden has absolutely zero control over the radicals in his own party.
That's very true. He's been promising a return to normalcy. Well, we have to ask who has been responsible for all the abnormality of the past few years. I mean, which side has been unleashing paramilitary gangs on the street to loot and burn and harass people eating on sidewalks? Which party has been deploying the deep state, the police agencies of government against political opponents? The answer is it's the left, it's the Democrats. And now, who's threatening to pack the court? Now, let's be really clear, Lord. There's nothing in the Constitution that says the court must have 9 justices. One could have a decent argument, should the court have 15 justices? And that would, of course, diminish the power of any given president, Republican or Democrat, to dramatically influence the court. But that's not what the Democrats are talking about. They don't just want an expansion of the number of justices. They want to stack the court. And that's a completely different matter. That involves destroying the independence of the judiciary. And Biden is apparently at least considering it.
And Dinesh, they're trying to out-radicalize each other when they comment on what should happen next if Trump pushes forward with this nomination before the election. And it's 2 people from the previous campaign, Obama's team, and a far-left cultural figure. Watch.
We want Democrats to pull out all the stops, to boycott the hearing, not take meetings with the nominees.
You're going to have to get rid of the Electoral College. Democrats can stack the courts, and they can do that amendment, and they can get it passed. We're going to have to blow up the entire system.
They should add statehood to Puerto Rico and D.C. They should have a list of things on health care, on climate, on voting rights, and need to do them all. Grab the power, and then fully utilize it.
God, he looks like a mad professor there. Grab the power. Why not American Samoa? Why are they left out of the whole statehood equation, Dinesh? I mean, we have a lot of possible U.S. Virgin Islands. They should become a state.
Well, the Democrats for a long time have counted on the Republicans to be the party of the nice guys. The Democrats basically assume that we will never do to them what they do to us. They can knock down our monuments, we will never knock down their monuments. They can stack the court, we won't stack the court. And I think the answer to this is we've got to learn to call them on their bluff. I mean, if they want to put forward a court stacking plan and we happen to win the House next time, maybe we should adopt their plan and in the spirit of bipartisanship, pack the court ourselves.
And Dinesh, remember, it's not just these far left figures. It's, a global celebrity, former Democrat president at the John Lewis funeral who made an outrageous, projection and desire unknown to all. Watch.
If all this takes eliminating the filibuster, another Jim Crow relic, in order to secure the God-given rights of every American, then that's what we should do.
And he adds that whole lilt to his voice. It always has to go back, Dinesh, to a racial angle when you're trying to push something through like this.
I mean, this is an embarrassment. First of all, people talk about Obama as a constitutional law professor. Here's a guy who's never published a scholarly article on any subject in his life. The other point is that I think that we saw in the Kavanaugh hearings when they trotted out one accusation after another, and you notice that at the end of it, when Kavanaugh was seated, all the accusations evaporated.